This is video number 2. Still nice and fairly easy, but if this feels a little bit too challenging, just take a rest, take a breather and come back in whenever you're ready. There's no standing postures in this one, it's just a nice gentle flow. So to start off then, we're going to start off in Balasana, child's pose. So let's get nice and central on the mat. Take the knees nice and wide, take the big toes together. Push the hips back onto the heels. Try to keep them as low as you can. If you've got any discomfort in the knees, get a rolled up blanket and just put it between the knee, between the calf and the thigh. So pushing the hips back, we're going to walk nice and gently, nice and slowly forward. Taking the armpits towards the floor, taking the forehead onto the floor. We're just going to find a nice comfortable position, so feel free to wriggle around, get yourself nice and comfortable. If those hips come up, just gently just push them back, just to a nice comfortable range so it feels good for you. We're going to just breathe into our upper back, so relaxing the body and breathing into the upper back, up around the top of the rib cage, up near the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Visualize the rib cage as nice and soft. Visualize that it can expand. Allow the tummy to expand as well, the tummy to relax as you inhale and exhale. And try to make the exhales a little bit longer than the inhales. We'll be returning to child's pose a few times today, so if the arms forward feels uncomfortable, just bring the arms back alongside the body and we can still do the same breathing. Allow the body to support the weight. There shouldn't be any real weight in the head, the weight should be supported by the body, so if you lift your head up it feels fine. And we're going to add some movement. So when you're ready, then we're going to bring those hands up. Bring the hands up into sort of almost the width of the mat, so your little fingers are about the edge of the mat, the fingers pointing forward. So from child's pose, we're going to take an inhale, come all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to lower. Allow the knees to stay on the floor, but the feet to come off. So exhale and lower. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, come back into child's pose. So inhale up, rolling over onto the thigh bones. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale back into child's pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. The opposite that you would do with normal press-ups. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, child's pose. If you feel tired, just take child's pose, just miss a couple. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Inhale, back. And exhale. So staying in that nice easy pattern. If you want a greater challenge, inhale up, tuck the toes under, plank, exhale lower, inhale up, knees down, exhale, child's pose. Inhale up, tuck the toes, into plank, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back into child's pose. Nice and slowly, nice and controlled, keeping those elbows towards the body, as we go lower down into the press up position, pushing back up, exhaling back into child's pose. 3 more. So inhale up, exhale lower, squeeze the elbows in, keep the tummy tight, inhale, push back up, exhale as we come back down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale back, exhale child's pose. I'll do the last one on the knees. Inhale up, exhale, and you can probably feel as you lift the legs, the kneecap rolls under, so that we're not on the kneecap, we're on the femur, and then all the way back into child's pose. So from child's pose, get as low and as comfortable as you can, have a little move around, get yourself nice and comfortable. We're going to breathe into the back, so let's sweep those arms around. Keep hold of the core of the midriff, so there's no weight on the head, there's no pressure. The forehead on the floor can gently pull back towards the body. And we're going to breathe into the upper back. I quite like to hold my feet when I'm in this position. It just helps to support the body. The shoulders come down away from the ears. Breathing into the upper back. On the next inhale, we're going to come back up and into a tabletop position. Just all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, legs both pointing back, feet in a straight line, parallel with the shins. We're going to start off with cat-cow. So inhale, tummy towards the floor, tip the pelvis, tailbone in the air, look forward. Exhale, squeeze the tummy in, tip the pelvis, tuck the tailbone under, lift the spine. Inhale, tummy towards the floor, tailbone in the air. Exhale, squeeze the tummy in towards the spine, tuck the tailbone under, lift the spine, separate the shoulder blades, create some height, look at the knees. Inhale, tummy down. Exhale, arch the back. Think of the spine doing a Mexican wave. Visualize each vertebrae moving. And it's quite a nice visualization just to think of all the vertebrae moving independently. It's an aspiration rather than a reality. But it's quite nice to get all those muscles engaged, those little muscles that wrap around our vertebrae and help the flexibility and the health of our spine. So nice, gentle, firm rocking using that core. Pushing into the fingertips, pushing into the knuckles. And when we have our hands down in this position, I like to visualize it as a ladybird under my palm. So the palm is just slightly lifted so that the ladybird wouldn't be squashed. And it helps that engagement with the fingers, with the knuckles. And it helps to protect the wrists. So one more. So exhale, squeeze the tummy in, arch the back, separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, tummy towards the floor. And let's take the pressure off the wrists. Let's have a little move around for a second. And take it a little bit more of a challenge. So let's take that right leg, push that right leg to the back of the room. Take that right hip down just a fraction because it wants to stick up sometimes, so take it down. Left arm reaches forward. Take an inhale, reach both away. Exhale, squeeze them under the body. It's still cat-cow. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, squeeze under. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, squeeze under. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, squeeze under. One more. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, squeeze under. Hand to the floor, knee to the floor. So just have a little move around, make sure your wrists feel fine. We're going to take the left leg this time, push that left leg towards the back of the room. Take the hip down, take the right hand, push the right hand forward. Take an inhale, push both away. Exhale, squeeze both under. Inhale, push away. Exhale, squeeze under. Inhale, push away.
exhale, squeeze under. Keep that core nice and tight. Inhale, push away. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, push away. Exhale, squeeze. Push into the fingers. Inhale, push away. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale, push away. Exhale, squeeze under. Take the knee to the floor, the hand to the floor. Knees wide, big toes together. Push the hips back. All the way back, nice and low. Walk the hands forward. Take the armpits towards the floor. Go as low as is comfortable for you. Whatever that might look like is fine. When you're ready, glue the hands onto the floor. So maybe walk them another couple of millimeters forward. Glue them onto the floor and create some tension as we start to pull back. The hands are not going to move. We're just going to lengthen the arms, lengthen the muscles of the upper back. Forehead remains on the floor. If that's not comfortable for you, just put a block underneath the forehead. Take an inhale, release the arms, lift the head. Walk the hands to the left. Put the right hand on top of the left. Exhale, sink down. The right armpit towards the floor, the head onto the floor. Create some tension. Glue the hands to the floor and start to pull back. Lengthen the arms. Feel the opening down the side, right hand side of the body. Down the arm, down through the armpit, down the side of the ribs, the big muscles of the upper back. All the way down to the hips. Take an inhale, release the tension, lift the head, lift the chest. Walk the hands off to the right hand side, right hand down, left hand on top. As we exhale, take that left armpit towards the floor. Glue the hands onto the floor, create that tension as we gently start to pull the floor back towards us. Allow the forehead to rest, the neck to rest. Feel the opening down the left hand side of the body. Right from the arm, all the way down the arm, down through the side of the body, all the way down to the hip. Take the hips back as far as is comfortable for you. Don't overdo any of these. If 10 is maximum effort, we want to be somewhere around about 7, 8 at the most. 1 being very, very little effort. But we always want some effort with this. Take an inhale, release the tension, lift the head, lift the arms. Walk towards the front. We're going to come back up into the nice little tabletop position. Straighten the knees and the legs so we have a nice straight line going on. So do 2 cat-cow. Inhale, tummy towards the floor, looking forward. Exhale, arch the back. Inhale, tummy towards the floor. Tip the pelvis, tailbone in the air. Exhale, tuck the tail under, separate the shoulder blades, look towards the knees. And then relax, nice neutral position. Take the pressure off the wrists, the hands, have a little wiggle. We're going to take that right leg to the outside. The left leg's going to reach all the way through for side plank. Push the edge of the floor in, the edge of the foot into the floor. Inhale as we reach. Push and lift. So make the hands go as far away from each other as you can. Push the hips forward. Extend that foot away. Tighten those core muscles. Draw up from the perineum. Draw the lower tummy into the mid tummy. If you want to, you can lift that leg. Either look forward, especially if you've got neck problems, just look forward, lengthen the neck. Otherwise, look up towards the hand. Push the hips forward, don't let the bum go back. Take an inhale. As we exhale, take the foot to the floor. Reach over the top. Right from the fingertips to the far end of the foot. Push the foot away, push into the outside edge of the foot. Reach those fingers away, reach the crown of the head away. Inhale, reach towards the top. Lift that leg again. And this time bend the leg, bring the heel back towards the hips. Reach down for the foot, take an inhale. As we exhale, extend the thigh. So engage the thigh, push the leg away, push the hips forward. Open the chest as we get a gentle back bend. Lengthen the spine. Take the crown of the head away towards that far wall. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, gently come back down again. Back down onto all fours. So from all fours, just have a little move around, make sure you feel nice and comfortable. Make sure there's no pressure on the wrists. Maybe just give the wrists a little shake. It does get a little bit heavy. And let's go back into that tabletop position. So from a tabletop, take the left leg off to the side, step the right foot to the end, inhale, reach nice and high. Extend the fingers towards the ceiling, push up from that left hand, lengthen that arm, reach the crown of the head towards the opposite wall. Look up towards the hand if it's comfortable for you. Push into the outside edge of that far foot. When you're ready, you can lift that leg if you want. If it's not comfortable, keep the leg down. Try not to point the toe to the ceiling, try to keep it either parallel or pointing down. It depends on lots of things to do with the hip, your strength and your flexibility. But just see if you can take the foot parallel with the floor or pointing down if you've got that strength and flexibility. It could just be a balance, it's not a lack of strength. It's often a balance issue between big and small muscles. Take an inhale. As we exhale, take the foot to the floor, push into the outside edge of the foot, reach the hand away. Push into the outside edge, reach the fingers away, lengthen the body, look towards the hand or just look forward if you've got any neck issues. Push the hips forward. Take an inhale, reach the hand all the way to the top, bladed fingers to the ceiling, lift the leg. Bring the heel back towards the hips. Reach down with the hand, take hold of the foot. Inhale, engage the leg, extend the lower leg away. Push the hips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades back together as we get a gentle back bend. Take an inhale. As we exhale, coming back round, hands to the floor, knees nice and wide, big toes together, push the hips back as low as you can. Keep them as low as is comfortable for you as we walk forward. Take the head to the floor, the armpits as low as you can. We've just done quite a bit with the shoulders, so let's wrap those hands all the way back round to the body. I like to hold the feet, helps the core. I don't want any weight on my neck or my forehead, just light pressure, almost just balancing on the front. Draw the forehead gently back towards the body. Bring the shoulders down from the ears. Breathe into the upper back. Nice deep inhales, expanding the rib cage at the back. When you're ready, bringing those hands back around. And we're going to bring those knees back in and the lower leg parallel with the upper leg. Feet in a nice straight line. We don't want any tension on these ligaments in the knee. Take an inhale, coming up nice and tall for camel. So let's start off with a nice easy camel. So lifting the spine nice and tall. So lifting the spine, taking the crown of the head nice and tall, tummy engaged, drawing the lower tummy into the mid tummy. Thinking about the pelvis, we're going to start to tip the pelvis back. So if the pelvis was a bowl of water, we'd be tipping the water back down the back of our legs. So tipping the pelvis, creating that height and length in the spine. And as the pelvis tips and the pelvis leads the way, we keep that length in the spine and we can start to move backwards. So keeping that length and moving up and back for camel. The pelvis leads the way with this one. so we don't collapse into the body. We try to create length with the spine, length with the head. So keep the head looking towards the top of the wall rather than the ceiling above you. Take an inhale. As we exhale, opposite movement, we're going to come back down. Take the hips low, take the forearms to the floor, nice and wide. Spread the fingers, grip them into the floor, tuck the toes under, lift up into downward puppy. Lift the hips nice and high. And let's move those feet. So alternately lifting and lowering the heels. Getting a little bit of movement. If you want, looking under alternate armpits. Find a nice natural movement for your body. Allow it to settle into this posture. Bit of creaking from the knees and the ankles this morning. Fortunately, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Or the next 2 generations. So nice, easy movement, taking it nice and firm. When you're ready, take an inhale, and as we exhale, taking those knees down, we're going to come back up for camel again. A couple of variations this time, same as before. We can lift the hips, create the length in the spine, lift nice and tall, and then start to tip that pelvis, so the pelvis leads. If you want to, we can take the hands back onto the feet. So maybe take both back onto the heels if it's open to you. Inhale, lift the front, tip the pelvis, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades back together. Look up towards the front. Keep the neck nice and long. The neck's just a continuation of the spine. So crown of the head lifts up and back, not back and down. So soften the face, soften the muscles on the face, soften the breathing. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, come back down, hips down. Take the forearms to the floor, fingers spread, push into the knuckles and the fingertips, tuck the toes, lift into downward puppy. Lift those hips nice and high. And this time I'm going to do differently, so feel free to do alternate, but I'm just going to lift up onto the toes, exhale, heels towards the floor. So lifting up onto the toes, exhale towards the floor, inhale up, exhale down. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, knees to the floor, release the toes, push back. Let's just take a couple of breaths. So walking those arms forward, coming all the way down. 2 breaths. Nice big breaths into the top of the upper back. Nice slow exhales. Walking the hands back towards the body. We're going to do Marichi's pose. We're going to do the more straightforward version, at least I think it is. Let's see if it is for you as well. We're going to take the feet nice and long. Push the feet away, lengthen the heels away from the body. Push the legs down. Lift the spine, lengthen the spine. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Take the hands, the heels of the hands, push into the floor, lift nice and tall. Take an inhale. As we exhale, bring the right leg in, step it over the left. Left arm wraps around the leg, right arm reaches behind. Inhale, lift the spine, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, turn the shoulders, bring the knee into the centre line. Pull the toes back towards on that left foot. Push into the sole of the foot. Take the shoulders down from the ears as we squeeze that knee into the midline of the body. Maintain that height and length in the spine. Take an inhale, gently turn back and release. Pushing the legs out to the front, Change position. Pushing the legs out to the front. Push the heels away, push the legs down. Heels of the hand, push into the floor and lift. So lifting nice and tall. Take an inhale. As we exhale, bring the knees into the chest. So let's get those knees about, I don't know, half a leg's length away. Inhale, lift for Navasana, the boat. Lift the spine up and back as we reach back. Feet are staying on the floor today. Push the arms out, palms towards the floor. Take an inhale, lift the hands as high as comfortable. Exhale as we come back down. Maintain that height and length in the spine. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Bringing the knees in. Just for one breath. And then pushing both the legs out in front of you again as we did before, ready for Marichi's pose. So push the heels away, push the legs into the floor, lift the spine nice and tall, push the heel of the hands into the floor. Take an inhale. As we exhale, bring the left leg in this time, step it over the right. Right arm wraps around the leg, left hand goes behind. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn. Pull the toes of the right foot back towards the body. Push into the sole of the left foot. Create that height and length in the spine. Make yourself a little bit taller. Try to keep both sitting bones on the floor. Be active with the feet, pushing the sole of the foot into the floor, pulling the toes back towards the body. Lifting the spine, bringing that knee in towards the centre line. Take an inhale. As we exhale, turn back to the front. We're going to make our way into bridge. So nice and easily, make your way down onto the floor. Feet perhaps in a position where your fingers can reach them. Take an inhale. As we exhale, push the spine into the floor and then draw up from the perineum. So squash this little arch, draw up a vertebrae at a time as we lift up into bridge. So keep lifting. Tuck the shoulders under, reach the fingers under, interlace the fingers, exhale, push the fingers towards the feet. Keep lifting. There shouldn't be any weight in the head or the neck. Don't turn your head in bridge, just look towards the ceiling, look straight up. It can be dangerous to turn your head, so let's keep it safe. Lift up on the toes if you wish. Maintain that height. Relax the glute muscles, the buttocks, and lift with the front of the body if you can. See if you can get a little bit more height. Maybe on the exhale you can lift another couple of millimeters. Take an inhale. As we exhale, release the hands. Peel the spine as if you're putting a cover onto your phone. As we do a vertebrae at a time, as we come all the way back down. Bring both legs in towards the centre. Take the arms out into a crucifix. Right leg over left leg. Tuck it in as comfortably as you can. Take an inhale. As we exhale, lower to the left hand side. Keep the right shoulder and the right hand on the floor. If you want to, the left hand can come on top and just help with some gentle pressure. Either keep the head looking towards, straight up towards the ceiling, or turn to the left. Right, I mean. Allow the body to relax, to sink back into the posture. If the muscles feel tight or restricted, maybe visualize the breath being different colours and allow the breath to pacify the muscles. As if the body is hollow and the breath can work its way down the hollow body, find the muscles that are tight and pacify them. With an inhale then, using the hand to gently support the leg to come back up to the middle. Release the leg. Put yourself back to centre, make sure that spine's nice and straight again. Arms out into crucifix. Left over right. Tuck it in so you're nice and comfy. Take an inhale. As we exhale, drop to the right. Keep the left shoulder on the floor, keep the left hand on the floor. This is my tight side today. So if you want to, take the right hand, gently place it on top of the leg and use a bit of very gentle pressure. This left shoulder and left hand stay on the floor. Either look towards the ceiling or look off to the left hand side. Again, allow the breath to pacify the muscles. If the muscles feel challenged or restricted, just allow them to relax. Rather than trying to force anything into any sort of position, just think the opposite and just think, you know what, it's okay, my body will only do what it's going to do today, and that's fine. Just allow those muscles to relax. When you're ready, take an inhale, take the hand, help to support the legs as they come up, lift the legs up. Let's take the feet towards the outside edge of the mat. Allow the knees to collapse in on themselves. Left hand on the tummy, right hand on the heart. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Take a big inhale through the nose and push the air out through the mouth. And then allow the body just to settle, just to rest in this position. Allow the shoulders just to spread, the rib cage to roll out, the face to relax, the tummy and the legs just to relax, the eyes to sink back into their sockets. And stay here as long as you want. Shavasana, this rest pose at the end, is really good for allowing the body to come back to sort of homeostasis, to allow the body just to go back to a better place. The muscles have worked well, the body's flowed, the blood's moved around, the fluids have moved around the body. And now we want it to rest, to strengthen. And we want the mind to rest. So yoga for me is very much a moving meditation. The still meditation's good, and some people prefer it. I really enjoy the moving meditation of trying to match the breath with the movement. Now stay here as long as you want, but for time for the video I'm just going to move it on. So bringing the legs in, bring the knees in towards the chest, the hands to reach. Bring those knees in towards the chest. When you're ready, rolling onto your right hand side. And again, stay for a couple of breaths if you want, and when you're ready, taking that left hand nice and gently on the floor, pushing yourself back up to seated. And from a seated position, sit however feels good for you. I'm going to go for a simple cross-legged position. Take an inhale, reach both hands away. Exhale, bring the hands in towards the forehead, hands into prayer for kind thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands to the lips for kind words. Inhale, exhale the hands to the heart for kind deeds. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'll try and get a few on there, and then I'll do it on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching.